Just check and see how everything is going.
Just check and see how everything is going.
There we go. Hey Jim, how you doing, buddy? What's going on today? Put my glasses on. How are we doing? What's going on in the big city? It was cooler today. Jim, where are you located at? No, we got 4 viewers. It's not bad. It's a start. How are we doing? Still got a little bit of a sunburn from a couple of days ago. Outside cutting grass. Can you guys hear me okay? No sound? Shit. Let me... There. Can you hear me now? How about now? Shit. I turned on everything. It says I got pretty loud. Now? Light flickering behind me. Shit. Let me check on the other one. There. You should be able to hear me now. Okay, thanks, Richard. Hey, Bob. No, I don't know. Because I'm switching from my cell phone. Now I'm doing laptop. So it's just, I don't know. I'm not trying to fix it. You can't hear me. But Richard, you can hear me? How about now? Do I have sound? How about now? Okay, audio. Loud and clear. Good. Everybody's good? Anyway, you guys, I hope you can hear me good, loud and clear. I know, Bobby, you like to mess with me, so I don't know if you're good. I'm glad. Yeah, today I was out walking around using my phone. That was kind of like a new thing for me. So I wasn't, that's the first time I went live with the phone outside just because I never tried it before and I didn't know if it was going to work or not. Just like this right now. Can you see me clearly, or is it messed up looking? Hmm. Okay. You can hear me now? I can hear you good. I just got done making some drinking some bottled water. Yeah, it's just me tonight. I don't have a guest. Okay. Sounds clear, video loud. How about you can see me clear and the video's good. That's okay. It's all good. Looks like a yeah. So I was just out looking around. I got bored inside trying out something different with my phone. So yeah, it was I had a good day today. It was pretty good. Um we did some my cousins and my aunt and we did some cleaning up downstairs in the basement in the pantry. We got a big storm cellar behind us in the where the roll up doors are. So yeah, trying to get things cleaned up. We might have guests over on the 4th of July. This is our first time in Kentucky on the 4th of July. So we're going to have maybe some friends over, have a good time. It's nice just to go out, hang out, do stuff. Maybe we'll go boating. Maybe I'll get inside. We got a nice, my uncle has a nice boat. No. Richard asked me, um, do you get many tornadoes in Kentucky? You know, very rarely. I guess they get maybe two or three, but maybe on the other side of the state. But where we're at, we're down by Tennessee, by Nashville, maybe an hour, 20 minutes out of Nashville. So we don't get no tornadoes. So but I'd like to see one. I sure would love to see one. I'd like to go out and then film it. I I I used to be real reckless as a photographer doing live animal pictures. No, not Memphis, just Nashville. Memphis is down by on the other side of Tennessee. But I like to go see that too. That'd be a fun. I like to spend. I went there. I went to Nashville in the dusk till nighttime, so I didn't really get to enjoy seeing anything. We just went to a couple of big stores in Nashville, Costco. Then we went to a couple others. I wouldn't mind. I'd like to see the Mississippi, just because you hear about it, on books and movies and other people talking about it. So that would be kind of fun to see that. Uh, so yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm live right now on my YouTube channel. So that's kind of nice. There's always something to do here. I'm just trying to do two things at the same time. I really am trying to listen to you, looking at you guys, but it's good. Multitask, because I'm getting a message from my son on one end, and then I'm trying to talk to you guys at the same time. So I apologize for the. I think having my camera on is bogging my computer down. It feels like. There we go. I just sent a message right now on my Facebook, letting people know I'm live right now, and I'm just, giving them a little bit of information. Maybe they want to come on. I get some more views. Haven't heard from Seth for a while. Maybe he's too busy. Many things are probably going on with him and his new business, and wish him all the luck. Yeah, people are texting me at the same time. So I'm just doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, trying to say hi to everybody. So yeah, I'm just trying to do everything at the same time. Anything good going on? Anything interesting going on your side of the woods? Side of the woods, side of the planet. Sounds kind of the same. Yeah. There we go. Oh, Richard, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for What are you gonna do for your 4th of July over there in New York? Okay, what is this? Jimmy asking me, how old are my sons? I have a son, Kevin Jr. He's around 23 years old. And I have my Richard, and he's a senior in high school, I believe. So 17, 18. You going upstate New York? Richard, you going upstate New York for your 4th of July party? That sounds kind of fun. If I live, Jimmy's saying, if I live, if you live in Angeles for 6 months with no income, you would drop a lot of money, or you mean drop a lot of weight? Um, I don't. How come you don't celebrate the 4th? I just lost the interest. You just lost the interest. Well, yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, it's from houses track there. That's many Kentucky horse races there. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody's. Let me get out of this. There. Yeah, when you do this live chat, you gotta pay attention. You gotta be a little bit careful when you do this. I hit the wrong controls on my phone, and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing earlier. Um, yeah, there's a lot of horse breeders around here, and there's a lot of horse tracks, all over the place. It's kind of pretty cool to watch people being enthused about horse racing and riding around. I like that kind of stuff. I love still photography, so I really enjoy doing that. I took a lot of pictures when I was in the Philippines, and and pretty much everywhere I go. So if what somebody asked me earlier, is there a lot of tornadoes in Kentucky? I wish there was some in my area. We have our downstairs is like a bunker. That's why it's. Somebody said that our pantry downstairs looks like a doomsday room. Uh, it's not really a doomsday room, but it can be. We have big sliding doors. We have 500 gallons of well water, fresh water. We got some chemicals inside of it, prolonging the life. I think up to 5 years. Then we got to empty it and then fill it up again. But my aunt and my uncle, they always expect the worst. Okay, they expect the worst, but hope for the best. So they want to get ready just in case if there's a tornado. We don't have to worry about flooding where we live because we got we live on hills, but we do got the lake behind us. But I don't think that lake could ever come up. We got that lake is not really a lake; it's a reservoir lake. It's a man-made lake, so they can just uh, open it up like a dam. So, but yeah, Richard, thanks. My aunt, my uncle, and my parents, they all believe in having like maybe a 2 weeks food supply to last all the family members. So my aunt and my uncles, all of our family members, we believe in having. It's better to have too much than not enough. Um, you just try to expect the worst, but again, it's good to plan ahead. There's another room on the end where the garage is up on top. Down below, there's those giant industrial roll-up doors, and we have more food in another. Like we got like four 55-gallon plastic drums, the blue ones. We have four of those, and they're all treated, and they have fresh water put in it. It's always because what if something happened and our water supply vanishes? I don't want to really drink the lake water. We can use that for cleaning dishes and what do you call it? Doing your laundry. But my uncle got two generators. One generator is a solar panel generator, and another one is a diesel generator. They're both big enough to do the house. We also have my aunt has a 1,000-gallon propane tank that for to heat the house, or maybe it's bigger. It's a big tank, and they fill it up almost maybe twice a year. We'll find out the end of this summer, but yeah. No, Jimmy, have you been back to Alaska? No. Um, I would like to go see my sons. Um, I think I'll go see my sons before I would go back to the Philippines. Um, I just posted pictures of my two sons and my daughters all together. I try to talk more about my sons because they're also part of my life. When I left the Philippines to the when I left Alaska to go to the Philippines, I ran away from a failed marriage, and when I did that, I left my sons, and at the time, my sons weren't like one day I was at the mine and I went to Anchorage and I cashed out half of my 401k, and then I already talked to my general manager of the mine and telling them that I was going to leave, and they tried to talk me out. I wish I listened. If people seriously tell you and they give you concrete advice, take a moment and look in the mirror and try to rationalize what they were saying and what you were saying on your head, because there's a lot of people that are smarter than me, smarter than you, and when they give you good, solid information, take heed of what they're saying, because my boss and my general manager of the mine, they were close friends of mine. I worked at the mine for quite a while, and when I told my boss, my supervisor, he's also my good friend, when I told him that what I was going to do, my thoughts trickled all the way to the big office at the mine. See, at the mine, we have 500 people that live at the mine and operate and do everything. That's how big our camp is. It's around 500-600 man camp. We have a private jet, commercial jet flies in there, and that's how we go home. They fly us in on jet. That part in Alaska is a remote part, and we can't. There's only flying and by ship. That's the only way that we can go to the mine. And my bosses told me that something's going to happen, and they think that I should stay and wait out my don't put my needs first and just see what's going to happen. And I already bought my ticket. I already got the motion moving, and I thought it wasn't, I just kept moving because my mind was already set to go to the Philippines. And if I would have stopped and listened and took the hints what my bosses were giving me, I would have found out that a month after I left Alaska, that the mine went union, and everybody's salaries. I had a $23 an hour salary, and 7 days a week for 2 weeks, and for around 12 hours a day. And I was a dumbass for not listening to him, and now I have many problems, and maybe I wouldn't have them if I would have listened to my friends that was giving me very good advice. So when somebody offers advice, try to take a moment and put your needs behind you for a moment and listen what they're saying, because I was a dumbass. Yeah. Live and learn. Now you know so much. Yeah, I know. Everybody is smarter than you. I'm a dumbass too. Well, yeah, but we don't want to admit that we're a dumbass, because in my comic book, I know everything. But when I went to the Philippines, I found out how much I knew. And yeah, so that was pretty bad. I got my headphone. I thought I could hear myself, or I don't have nobody else with me, so I got a headphone jack inside my ear, but I can't hear myself because I already muted. So I'm just going to take it out because there's nobody to hear. Oh, Kevin, shit. Anyway, but yeah. Somebody asked, I think Richard or somebody asked me, do I miss Alaska? I miss the money. I don't miss the cold. Um, I left a lot of good friends behind when I was in Alaska. So yeah, that was a costly mistake that I learned. Hey, Mike, come on now. Yeah, you were a dumbass. I appreciate that, Mikey 550. Been there, done that. Let me see. Now this is better reading on the big screen. Sorry, you guys. Um, don't beat yourself up about. Well, yeah, but that's easy to say. But just keep moving forwards. Yes. The important thing is to make the same mistakes twice. Yeah, don't make the same mistake twice. You're right, Mike, 550. Where were you 18, 17 years ago? Oh, we were a lot younger and we had hair on our heads and less gray. Would you have problems? Yes, of course. But you know, it is what it is. It's not. My aunt sat down and talked to me when I came back to the U.S. and oh, okay. I'm sorry, Mikey said I was making big mistakes 17 years ago. Oh God! No, well, I apologize if you made a mistake. You know, I don't know if you guys, I don't. Maybe Richard got my hey gun term. I talked to you earlier today. You got me some good messages. Good, Jimmy. How long did you? How Jimmy? How long? How long ago did the Bolo? Oh my! I was attacked. It was December 20th, 2013. Yeah, not that long ago, really. Not that long ago. Yeah, but I'm slowly doing good. My head's okay. It's at least I'm getting better. 3.5 years ago. Yeah. Well, I got feeling here. Before when you touch when before when you touch my side of my head, just like this, um, you can see it went from here all the way to my side of my temple. That's how much the blade went in. So yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this is this is like the blade. So it went through like that. It just missed my eye, but and then I just grabbed it and then pulled it out of my head. So yeah, pretty messed up. So am I doing great? I get bad headaches. Um, when the weather changes bad, I get a black eye. This whole area gets a little bit puffy and it becomes black and blue. It's a little bit black and blue still. So, yeah, I'm okay. I could be a vegetable. Hey, I like eating vegetables. That was okay. Yeah, or dead. Uh, yeah, yeah. This is the in my life. In my life, I had two close encounters of death, and they both happened when I was in the Philippines. My Josie and my daughter Star and my sister-in-law on Father's Day, they made me Chinese fried rice with spam in it, and that was my Father's Day dinner. And we were eating outside, and our landlord, when I was living in the city, we have like a drainage ditch going through the yard and it went from the house. It went from the house to the drain into the drainage ditch, and I guess it had pipes inside the ditch. It had cement blocks, tile over the hole where the pipes were. And on Father's Day, I got food, rice caught. I just had a big gulp of rice, Chinese fried rice, and it got caught in my throat, and I started choking, and I started to turn purplish color. I was being asphyxiated, and I couldn't breathe. And I stood up, and I started walking around on the side of the house because I didn't want nobody to see me choking. So when I did that, I was changing colors, and I was trying to get the food down my throat, and nobody knew, because I had other people at the house at the party at Father's Day, and nobody knew how to what to do to help me. So I walked around the side of the house, and I was doing like jumping up and down to make the food get unlodged in my throat. And I think it was happening maybe a couple of minutes. It felt like it was a long time. And I was choking, and my daughter Star walked around, and I signaled her to go away, and then Josie came and grabbed Star, and I kept on choking, and all of a sudden I said, I'll try to jump to make it dislodge, and I jumped and jumped and jumped, and then all of a sudden the food got unlodged in my throat, and I was standing like trying to catch my breath on the side of the house, and all of a sudden my landlord come running out of the house, because see, the house is cement, and upstairs was mahogany and a metal roof over the top. Okay, so my landlord come running out with his wife, and they stopped and said, Kevin, let's go. We're having an earthquake. We're having an earthquake. And he didn't know I was choking on the side of the house, and I was standing on one of those big cement tiles that is covering the drainage ditch. So I was on top of the drainage ditch on the tile, and I was jumping up and down, trying to get the food out of my throat. And my landlord thought it was an earthquake because the whole house was shaking when I was jumping up and down. And they came out running, and they thought we were having an earthquake. And we didn't have an earthquake, but it probably felt like it because I was jumping hard up and down on the ground trying to get the food out of my throat. So and all the time that I was choking, in my mind, I said like a silent prayer to in my head, and I said, God, please, God, don't let me die with something in my mouth. Because when they come and get me, when somebody come and get me, I didn't want nobody to know I died with food in my mouth. So that was my that was my prayer, because I didn't think about like save me, save other people. All I didn't want people to know I died with, because I choked to death. I know that was kind of bad, but yeah, that was my grim part of my thinking. But yeah, evidently, no, I didn't choke. Later on, I took smaller amounts of food, not talking and eat at the same time, because yes, a lot of people choke to death by asphyxiation, and I turned purple, and nobody knew how to help me. Nobody knew how to do the Heimlich maneuver. Nobody knew what to do. I told Josie, if I ever choke, or if you see somebody choking, try to do a Heimlich maneuver. And if that doesn't work, let the person lay down on the ground and then jump on their stomach. And when you jump on their stomach, the food will be dislodged from the throat. So, yeah, with a big person like me, they can easily, I mean, you could jump on their stomach and not get hurt. But I mean, if it's a small person, try to do the Heimlich maneuver, because that stuff is very important. And if you don't know what you're doing, a lot of people die because of lack of education. So yes, and again, we were living in the city, but it wasn't. I don't know. We had a nice place. It was a boarding house, but we had our own like bungalow house, and yeah. So that was my second near death, asphyxiation, and almost get my head chopped off. So those are my two experiences, which I don't want. With the blade in my head, I didn't feel it. I didn't know what happened, and it really wasn't painful. But choking to death, that's a horrible feeling. And that must be like when you're drowning, you can't get oxygen. Choking to death, drowning would be a horrific experience, and I wouldn't want nobody to try it. So just always eat slow. Don't talk and laugh and have a good time when you're eating, because if you do choke to death, who's going to help you? And so, yeah. And if you are drinking with other people, be careful with who you're drinking with. Be careful. Don't be a nuisance if you drink. I know a lot of Westerners. We people drink and their mouth come out and they talk. Which when you get drunk, a lot of people become boisterous, and it's when you drink, it's easy to let things loose come out of your mouth, and that it's easy to overtalk. So yeah, we ought to be careful about drinking too much. I don't drink no more. I I gave that up when I left the Philippines. I had a drink on the plane, and that was it. So yeah, I'm doing good. Who's left? Richard, are you still with me? You were laughing at me, huh? Ha ha ha. Yeah, it's a good story, but again, being choking to death with food is no good. I think the worst death would be fire. I think fire would be the complete complete hell, is to be in a house with fire and you can't get out. Yeah, that's just I don't want that kind of stuff happening to people, because just doing a little touch, and that's just like a small touch, and you get burned, and that hurts pretty good. And I've seen some people, they had real bad burns, and I really feel bad for them. Thanks, Richard. Great story. Choking is no laughing matter. No, choking is not a laughing matter. Um, Kind of bad way to remember your Father's Day is when you almost choked to death. But uh, I had a lot of, but hey, I do have a lot of good experiences when I was in the Philippines. So don't get me wrong. Don't think all the time was like a nightmare. No, I had great times in the Philippines, memorable times, and times that I wish I've forgotten, because when you have two girlfriends and they both got kids of yours, you know, and you're out doing your thing and island hopping, and you think that nobody knows nothing, and you think that you can just move around and do what you want. That's not good, and it's not a good attitude, because again, a lot of people can get hurt by midnight pleasures, you know. And now now that you're older, yes, you have to understand about the consequences about things happening by your needless pleasures. But yeah, somebody said, somebody said, Jay, the real deal, is he back in the Philippines, or is he still in Bali? And I guess Barry, he's Barry Jordanson. I think I said his name right. They're moving to Cebu. I understand his girlfriend is gonna get a job, so I wish them good luck. I wish everybody have good luck. People, it's not good to have ill feelings towards people. That one guy, that hobo guy, hobo, homo, I don't know. He never did anything to me. I never talked to him. He looked at he made a good comment once on my channel, so he never said anything. And he's getting pretty dogged by our expat community. But I guess he did it upon himself. So, when you dig a hole, when you burn a bridge, you shouldn't shit on everybody because you need help sometimes. And if you make too many people angry, you're not going to get no help. And it's nice to have somebody you could talk to and you know get answers. But if you you go into a hateful rampage with everybody, nobody wants nothing to do with you. So you dig your own grave. I haven't heard nothing about him for a while, and all the chit chat calmed down. So maybe he's doing okay. I hope he is. I hope everybody is doing good. After I've been having bad experiences, it's just good to. Hey Fred, how am I doing? I'm doing good. How are you guys doing? Fred, where are you from? I don't remember seeing you around. Thank you for coming on, though. you know, yeah, good. I'm glad you're doing. Where are you located at? Are you in the Philippines, Fred? Or are you in the States? Or are you in a exotic country? Vancouver. Ah, I went to Vancouver once on the plane. I went there once. The company that I work for in Alaska is based in Vancouver, in British Columbia. So we have a lot of technical people at the mine that lives in Vancouver. So yeah, Vancouver is pretty cool. A lot of good people from Vancouver. I was in the Philippines last March. What part of the Philippines did you go to? Did you go to Manila, Mindanao, Cebu, Iloilo? Boracay is part of Iloilo. So yeah, I've been to Iloilo, Cebu. No, Iloilo, Gimeris Island, um, Niggers Island, where Bacolod is, just in Bacolod in northern part, Palawan, Manila, and Palawan. Cool. Manila was okay. Uh, we My kid's mom has a house over there. No, they have uncle and aunt over in Manila, over by Socat Highway, at the beginning where the terminal is. They got a kind of nice house over there. I was there for just 2 weeks. Was that your first time in the Philippines? In Manila and Palawan? Do you have a wife, girlfriend? I was visiting my future wife. Good. How did you meet her? How did you meet your future wife? By a friend, on accident, chat line, in another country. Yeah, your girlfriend. But how did you meet her? uh, online about 2 years ago. So you had a long distance relationship. I did too. My first time when I went to the Philippines, I met this girl on the internet in Yahoo. Thought it was true love. Thought it was true love. And in real life, true life love, you know, there's but I wish you all the best, you know. Um I hope you're a new subscriber too. Welcome on board. I also have a Facebook page also. So yeah, all the merrier, you know. I mean, everybody's cool, you know. I don't like to talk bad about people. I don't like other people to talk bad about other people because you know it's just not cool. We met on Facebook. Sweet. Facebook is pretty cool. Um, it's a good tool. It's a good way to meet people. Uh, we have good group chat lines, chat rooms. I hope maybe you're familiar with our when I mean our meaning expat group line. Richard, do you are you part of one of the chat rooms? Because I know you're on my Facebook. You always watching my video clips that I send out. So yeah. No, you're not on my Facebook, or no what? Are you eating right now? What time? It's 9:30. Wow. I've been on for 58 minutes. Yes, we got great. Yes, they are great. Thanks, buddy. Those there's some pretty good movie video clips. Yeah. Yeah, I like you, Richard. Well, I got a good buddy of mine in Alaska, and his name is Richard. His mom lives in southern Florida, and his dad lives in Virginia. And I met Richard when I finished high school. He was going to so we in Alaska, in Anchorage, we got two big military bases, and his dad was an officer at one of the bases. I think it was Fort Elmendorf, and he we met at the Diamond Center. It's a giant, like a mega mall in Anchorage, and we met each other by accident, and we've been friends ever since. So yeah, my buddy Richard, became a nurse at an API in Anchorage. Um, he's like a nurse. He goes around and gives medication to people, and the people that he give the meds to, he works at a API means Alaska Psychiatric Institute. He works at a crazy house. uh, yeah, he works at a crazy house. That's what API means. Alaska Psychiatric Institute. and he's been a nurse for a long time, but now he works in the juvenile department of the crazy house. And yeah, and he's not a big guy. He's a, I don't know, he's the average size male, but he said he got attacked a couple of times by those crazy people, and they have like a whistle and like a panic button that they have on their um, uniform. I don't think I'd like to work in a crazy house. I mean, you want to go to a crazy house, just go to Walmart. There's enough crazy people at Walmart, so that's enough of the crazy. I mean, but if I do, seriously, if I ever go to a crazy house, go to a psychiatric institute, all I want is I want to have a room with a view. You know, I want to be looking out the window. Oh shit. Hey Richard. I mean, hey Roberto, how you doing, brother? I absolutely, Walmart is nuts. Yeah. Not just one Walmart. I mean, there's a bunch of crazy people anywhere. Richard, Roberto, you can just hop on if you want. You can just jump in. Let me send you let me open up a link for you. I got a lot of people coming joining my my Facebook, and a lot of these women want to join my Facebook, but they are like those women that you got to pay. you got to pay for them to talk nasty to you. I think. I mean. You know, when I was a kid, that wasn't so funny. I mean, but now that you're old, that's stupid. You don't got time to do that kind of stuff. You know, Roberto, I'm trying to send you a link, but let me go here. Here. Okay, let me go back now. Here you are. There you go, brother. To you on your Facebook. My computer is just bogging down. I don't know if it's because I'm doing a live cast with my face showing like this. There we are. Yeah. What topic? Well, we're talking about in the Philippines. Do you like the country or do you like the big city? I like the big city and I like the countryside. It doesn't matter to me because I enjoy doing farm work. I enjoy that kind of outdoor living. I like that. I don't like people messing with me. You know, I don't like people telling me like do this, do that. So when you're in the countryside, you're peaceful. You got solitude, and things are just cool when you're out in the countryside. So I enjoy that, man. But I like the big city because of the big city convenience. When you're in a big city, it's easy to go do stuff. When you're in the Philippines, it's very easy to go do stuff because you can just hop on a jeepney and go down the street or go on the other side of the city. Uh, I think that's good advice. When you go to another country, check it out. Um, Maybe a couple of times go with a person that been like knows the area, and then you pay attention and you check out the area by yourself because then it's easier for you to get out and do things because you don't want to rely on other people to take you someplace or to hold your hand. We're all big enough that we can go out and do stuff. So yeah, that's what I think. I mean, it's good to go out and be adventurous and just try to do something yourself. Roberto, what are you doing, man?
I'm
Hey,
just getting myself situated, dude.
now I get the headphones off. Shit. I'm sorry, man. Hey, man.
I'm doing okay, man. I'm just getting myself situated.
Oh, me too. I took off my headphones and because I get this cheapy microphone that somebody sent me, and I got my headphones plugged into the microphone, and I'm trying a new thing with doing a live doing a live shoot, like having a blank. So I'm just trying something different right now. So how you doing? Are you back in the mother state of cowboys and shit kickers?
No, I'm still in Florida, man.
Oh, oh. How's the weather there?
It's been raining. Seems like it
Oh,
rains at least once a day for a couple hours, and then
oh.
it'll clear up. So,
I like the rain, but I don't like being in the rain.
right.
you know, how's your dad doing?
He's
Is he getting better or is he stable?
he's about the same, but definitely he's gonna probably need some uh, assistance, assistant living type thing. So that's what we're planning
Oh
on doing,
yeah.
sending him.
Okay. Yeah. My grandmother, she was 99 before she passed. I was here back in the she passed away, I think 2 years ago, and I was here when she passed away. My mom and dad both passed away when I was in the Philippines, and
Mm.
that was another reason why I didn't want to come back because I felt like I lost face when my mom and dad passed away, and I never was there for their funeral. So that's another reason.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, many mistakes, man. So I mean, when you're young, you can learn and live by recover from your mistakes. But when you're old and you make mistakes, it's not so easy to regroup and get things back in happy land. Fred, he Fred W. He just came in around 15 minutes ago. I hope everything is going good with you. What kind of work do you do, Fred? I was in Manila. Fred, you just said when you was in Manila, you was a little intimidated. Why is that? Because of the big city and the traffic and all the people uh, going every which way. Yeah, I'm 50. Oh, okay. Well, okay, and still making mistakes. Yeah, yeah. I'm 55, and I'm not making no more mistakes, but I'm trying to recover from the mistakes that I made. And yeah, man, it's not easy to it's not easy to when you make a mistake, but it's good that we can learn by our mistakes. It's good that sometimes when you make a mistake, people turn your back on you because you hurt their feelings or you did something that they think is unfixable and they don't want nothing to do with you. That's what I kind of thought when I was in the Philippines, and I my business fallen, and I thought it was no. It was, then my parents, my mom, first my dad died, and then a year after that, my mom died, and it was just it's hard to admit that you were wrong. Mostly what I was saying when I was wrong, and you don't want to do that stuff because you think you lost face, and I just figured I'll just stay in the Philippines and you know do my own thing. Yeah, doing your own thing is okay, but but my aunt and my uncle and my cousins, they got in touch with me, and they brought me out of the Philippines, and they helped me out quite a bit, and they made me feel like I'm not alone, and there's that they are here for me, and I that's my mom's sister, my aunt. So
What did your parents die of, if you mind me asking?
no, buddy. My mom, I think she died of pneumonia. She got sick, and my dad, he had all kinds of pains throughout his whole life. My dad was like my dad and my mom are both professional cooks, um, and my dad was climbing up a ladder when he was young, like in his early 30s, and he was doing some kind of housework, and with the ladder, and he was climbing up the ladder, and when he was going back down, he slipped, and my dad's leg got caught, in the ladder, and it pulled his kneecap. It pulled his legs apart, and they tried to refix it, and like I think 4 or 5 operations after that, they put like one of those fiberglass kneecaps, and he got scars up and down his legs and stuff. And he lived with all that kind of pain all of his life, all of his adult life. And my dad was the kind of person that he don't like to be told what to do, especially in the kitchen, because my dad, like I said, my dad was a professional cook, and some of the businesses he had that was he had his own restaurant and stuff like that. And my dad was a oil worker. My dad was a cook in the army, and then um, he when he got out of the military in Alaska, he just stayed in Alaska. And my mom was from Yakima, Washington, and they met in everything like that. But see, I'm adopted. They're not my real parents. I was adopted late by the Hankinson family, and I never really remember my real parents. But I was adopted, and I lived in foster homes from 5 years old all the way up until 10 years old. Then I went to Alaska. Um, my adopted parents sent me from Massachusetts to Alaska, so that's how I got there. But yeah, how my dad died. He died of age and fatigue. Lots of illnesses, pains. Yeah, my dad was ornery to the end. But yeah, but now I got brothers and sisters, but they're adopted brothers and sisters, and some of them live in Seattle, Alaska, uh, Scottsdale, over in Arizona. So.
Yeah, I used to have a girlfriend in Yakima,
Oh,
Washington.
really?
Yeah, when I was in the service, when I was Coast Guard back
Yeah.
in '82.
Huh.
Yeah,
I like the 82. Really?
yeah.
We spent the summer in Yakima. We drove from Seattle to Yakima, and then that's how we went down there. And I graduated in 81 from high school. So yeah, Yakima was pretty cool. I went to Yakima because my grandmother, my mom's mother, she passed away at 99, and we went to Yakima. Man, Yakima has changed so much. It was unrecognizable. And like my mom, she never even recognized Yakima just because it grew that much. So a lot of progress is like in the big cities. So that's what I like about the big cities. There's always something to do. Like I said, when I was in the Philippines, uh, even when I was in Manila, doing my paperwork, trying to get out of there, and I did a lot of paperwork at the U.S. Embassy, and then over at the immigration over by Chinatown, and yeah, I like Manila. Um, we got into one of those vans, express vans, 99 no 85 pesos from one end to the other of the city. So that wasn't too bad. Not too cramped in the shuttle bus. So it was okay. Manila, I didn't mind Manila. Manila, it was okay. Easy to get in and out of places if you do it just right and you know where you're going. What do you think about Manila, Roberto?
Um, I actually liked it. I remember, I guess it was 2014, no, 2015. I was there when I flew in. I stayed there a day before I went to my home province in Leyte, and I got there kind of late. So me and my cousin went and got a room, and then we walked down the street. I guess the hotel was by the airport, and we got off.
Okay.
We went down the street to look for food, and we ran into this Chinese restaurant. You know, it looks like a family Chinese restaurant. And we walked in and we ordered Chinese. We ordered a bunch of beers and stuff. and it looks like a nice family restaurant, Chinese
Uh-huh.
restaurant. And all of a sudden, it got kind of late, and so around like I think it was like at 11 o'clock at night, uh, girls start coming out, from the back
Oh,
area, and then this one, our waitress, be, came up to me and had a menu in her hand, and she said, um, "Excuse me, you guys want any company?" You know, she went from waitress to maitre d', and she asked if we want company, and she had a menu like, okay, do you want a tall girl? Do you want a
oh, okay, yeah.
do you want a short hair girl? How old you want them, and all that stuff.
Huh.
I was looking at my cousin and said, this
This is a
Chinese family
wonderful place.
restaurant turned into a brothel by night, and like restaurant by day.
Yeah.
So it's
So I
like
guess
so
that was like
weird.
that was the dessert on the menu.
Yeah, exactly. I said, no, I'm only staying one night. I said, so I don't need anything.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to bring home no extra baggage either.
No.
Especially try to explain something. I never. No, I visited some of those go-go bars in Bacolod, and wow, they were wonderful over by what do you call it? Golden Field. In Bacolod. That's over by the old airport. Man, that's a wonderful place. Yeah, those, but yeah, but I never went there. Only friends of mine that told me about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think a nice family restaurant. Well, it was a Chinese restaurant. They serve pretty good food, and then all of a
Uh-huh.
sudden, you know, by days Chinese restaurant, by nights a brothel. And so, girls started coming out of the back, and then guys would start coming in, and you
Uh-huh.
know, so it was weird. I didn't think of,
Well, it sounds like a good time.
yeah, we stayed there
It
for
could have been. It
we
could have been
yeah,
a good
we stayed
time.
there for a while. We stayed there a couple more hours. I think we left at like at 1. Then went back to the hotel. But yeah, we drank a
Oh,
lot of beers though. That's for sure.
oh, cool. Yeah, my, like I said, I'm doing this with my face live, and it slows my camera. It slows down my computer. So I think that was because remember, um, Seth told us just to go with the blank screen.
Right, but you're not slowing down at all. You're looking. I mean, even moving back and forth, you still look okay. And
Huh? It
and
doesn't
it's
look like slow motion or
no,
stagger.
no.
Oh, because here I'm looking at my like in Hangout, and then I looked at the Hangout picture of me, and then my picture on YouTube, and it's just like a delay of action.
Well, it's looking kind of smooth for me, but I'm on my phone though. So
Oh, okay. That's what I was on earlier. I was on my phone earlier, doing that, and it was okay. Like yeah, right now I'm looking at me. What a handsome guy, even at my age, still good.
yeah, I was just down the dock,
Yeah.
my dad's place, trying to fish at night, but the mosquitoes got
Okay.
really bad, so I was came. He was there for about 45 minutes, an hour. Yeah, I couldn't stand it anymore.
Yeah, that's one thing is the mosquitoes just drive me crazy. But yeah, well, you guys, we've been pretty good, Kevin. I sent you, hey, buddy. Thanks, Fred. Thanks for the link. Always happy to get new people on my list on my Facebook and on my YouTube list. Subscribers, you know, I'm doing pretty good on how many people I get. Can't complain. Once you complain, stuff start turning crappy. So I'll stay away from the complaints because nobody wants to hear complaints. Anyway, I'm doing good. You had a pretty decent day in Florida. What do you do? Just visit your dad and then go back?
Yeah, we go visit my dad this morning, and then we stay there till about 1 or 2, and then we come back to his house, and I go fishing in the afternoon, or sometimes I go fishing in the morning before we go to visit him.
Does he live in the city, or does he live out in the countryside or suburbs?
He lives out in the canal on Cape Coral.
I'm not familiar with
Fort Myers. Yeah, you kind of look on the map, and you'll see all the. He's a senior citizen, so this is more like a senior citizen area where a lot of them own property right on the canal. They have their own boat dock and boat and stuff. Retirement place. So that's where we're at.
That's good. Well, brother, it's 10 o'clock. I think I've been on pretty good. Hey, you guys, I'm going to let you guys go. And I had 2 broadcasts today, so pretty good day. What do I like about living in the countryside? I like you get to relax. You get to do what you want, and you get to just be a little bit low-keyed. When I live in the big city, I like the convenience of living in the big city. I like the convenience of going to get something to eat when you want, or go to the store, go to the movies. Stuff like that is very nice. So, but what do I like better? For me, I like the nightlife, and I like doing hey buddy, polar bear, how you doing, buddy? Norwegian polar bear. Talk about polar bears. When I was working at the oil camp in Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, that's where our big oil drilling is, and that's where the Alaska Trans-Alaska Pipeline is at. And I think it was the 4th of July, I became a polar bear. I joined the Polar Bear Club, and the ice went out up there in at the Pacific, no, up there in the Arctic Ocean, and I think there was around 60 people, and we all dressed. Some people dressed up pretty good, but I just went out there with my gym shorts on and a t-shirt, tank top, and I went out there, and a lot of people just run up there, get their feet wet, and then dip their head in the water, and then they said that's how they became a polar bear. What I did was I went out there like waist high, and then I sat down, freezing to death because the water was still pretty cold. And I hurried up and I submerged my entire body, and then I got up and got out of there because, see, we have killer whales up there looking for sails, and I didn't want one of those killer whales thinking I was a sail. So I hurried up and got out of there. But Yeah, I joined the Arctic Ocean Polar Bear Club. It was the Prudhoe Bay Polar Bear Club. There's another thing I did in my career. Yeah, the Polar Bear Club is pretty good. So that's what I remember when I seen Polar Bear Club. Yeah, Polar Bear, thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining my live chat. I'll go down on my Facebook and put you guys in on my invite you on my Facebook. Oh, I thank you for inviting me on your Facebook. This is Big Kevin, and I'm just gonna get off the line right now. And I appreciate you guys hanging with me this late early this evening and today right now. It's now 10:03 p.m. Wednesday night. I just wish you all good luck, and I hope everybody's doing good. Roberto, I always hope you guys are doing good, and you know, I wouldn't, I don't want your dad to pass away, but if he does pass away, it's good that you're there right now at his side, and I wish I was at my mom and dad's side when they passed away, but I was I was selfish because I didn't want to come back to the U.S. and admit to everybody that I fell on my face. So, you know, but if you have a good relationship with your family members, you have a good relationship, you have a good rapport with your family, you are very lucky, and it's good to be at your family's side when they need you. And again, I just wish my buddy Roberto, our thoughts and prayers are with you, buddy. So I think he already signed off, but anyway, it's nice to have somebody on your side when you need help, or when somebody needs your help. It's good to be there. Um, Even if you don't know them except through what we're doing right now, you can get some pretty good friends um, with our chat line, with our Facebook. Uh, you know, so you guys are like a family of ours because we talk to each other, we learn about each other, and we become part of each other. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Sometimes we are fortunate to meet each other live face to face, and it's that part's pretty cool. But if we don't, it's good to have face like friendship like this compared to having like somebody troll you, and you don't, and those troll people, they don't have any friends, and now maybe one of those trolls need somebody to be with, and when you shit on people, it's hard to get their trust. So yeah, something to think about. Be careful who you shit on, because one day we might need somebody. And if you shit on too many people, everybody's going to turn your back on you. Excuse my language when I said shit, because I meant poop or something that is friendly. Hey, I got a question for you, and then I'm going to get off. But this is an open question. My question is to my 3 viewers left. Um, up there you have at your YouTube sign. Well, earlier this week, even all the way up until this afternoon, they had one of those gay parade flags, pride, that they were showing off. Uh, But what if us, or me, I say me, what if I found that offensive, right? Because, see, a couple of times I had yellow flags of stupid stuff, and they said it was offensive and it wasn't viewer friendly. But when you have a gay flag and they are showing, I mean, there's nothing wrong about, gay people. I'm not for it, and I don't want my family to be mixed into it. But they think it's okay to flaunt men kissing each other, women kissing each other, um, and them walking around in gay, happy, bouncing around and kissing of people of their own sex. But maybe I find that offensive. And how come there's no yellow flags, or how come they're not being taken down? Because maybe me as a viewer finds that kind of stuff offensive. And how can we complain about that kind of offensive style of their life? Because maybe I don't want my family members to absorb that kind of free speech like that. But when I do a little, like maybe what I'm talking about right now, I'll probably get yellow flagged because I am giving out my opinion about something like that. So I was just curious, how come it is good for one people to do, but when other people do something, they get taken off the air or they get penalized. But when the big brother does it, they think it's the in thing to do. Again, I don't have no problems with gay people, in the Philippines. I think there's a gay person in every family in the Philippines, but you know, so, but I mean, what they do is their business, and what I do is my business. But when they put it on the public broadcast, like what is on YouTube, YouTube doesn't feel that it's offensive um, media, but the normal Joe off the street, if we put something, it's offensive, and it doesn't go with their ideology. I can't say the word, but because of my medicines kicking in. But yeah, I was just curious. But now they have the gay flag taken down, and there's nothing there in that spot. But I was just curious, why is, like, this is like I'm teaching my kid not to smoke, but I have a cigarette and I'm smoking, and I'm telling him don't smoke, but he wants to smoke. I mean, so I don't understand about. Anyway, that was my opinion. So I hope I don't get taken down. Because I stated my opinion. It's okay to state your own opinion. But when you're powerful, people listen to you because you're powerful and you got views and stuff. And I guess they I don't know. That was just my own opinion. I'm gonna get off. Again, I'd like to thank Richard, Polar Bear, Jimmy, um, Roberto. It's nice having you guys on my show, and I thank you for your support. And I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys maybe in a day or so, or if something happens, I'll come on and give you guys a chat. Thanks for hanging in there. and I'll talk to you guys later on. This is Big Kevin saying I'll talk to you later, and be safe. That's a good one. All right, you guys. Thanks and goodbye.